Hi everybody, Mumzie here. So I was watching TV the other day and I was watching some Netflix shows and they came across some things that people had different names in the shows. And it got me thinking again about names. I know I touched a little bit on this a couple weeks ago when I told you one of my first couple videos that I regretted what I did to our neighbors, the rabbits. Their son was named Peter and their daughter was named Bunny. But this got me thinking again about names and how much names have changed. When you think about it, your name is something you're given and you're stuck with it the whole lifetime. So I just thought it was interesting how names have changed. So I went back and I looked at from the year 600 to the 1800s, the names have always been the same. They've been like biblical names. John, Samuel, Luke, Mary, Sarah, Agnes. Those were the names of that era. It all changed in the 60s when we started giving names like Melody or Joy or Star. But I went back even further. I went from the year 0 to the year 600 and I tried to find some names, what they were back then in those times. And people watched your personality. You got nicknames. So like one of the kings was King Alfred, but he became known as Alfred the Great. There was a man named Ivan, he became Ivan the Terrible. And there was a William that became William the Conqueror. So, and there was one that was Agnes the Fair. So I thought that was interesting. And I started looking into different cultures and everything. And I noticed that the Native Americans did this too. They would name their child and then change their name later. For example, there was a Native American named Jumping Badger, and he became named Slow when he was a little older, and he would end up becoming Sitting Bull. Wouldn't that be cool if we could change our names? I mean, what name would you pick for yourself? When I was younger, I asked my parents, why did you name me Carmen? And they said, we were gonna name you Melody because it was the 60s. And I was like, oh, thank God you did not name me that. I can't see myself as none other than Carmen or Mumzie. But I looked at some of the weirdest names in the 1800s and I came up with a couple. In 1871, there was a guy named Friendless Baxter. That was his name. Another one in 1889 was Faith, Hope, Charity. Charity was her last name, and that's what her parents named her. I think the most unique names are the ones that rock stars give their kids. When you think about it, David Bowie named his son Zoe Bowie. Zoe changed his name to David, and then he changed it to Duncan. So he's now known as Duncan Bowie. And Keith Richards of the Rolling Stone named his daughter Dandelion, and she later changed it to Angela. But Frank Zappa named his kid Moon Unit Zappa, and his name is still Moon. Well, his name is still Moon Unit, but he just goes by Moon. Middle names are unique. I think that's where you should put those unique names, in the middle. Like if you had loved the name Danger, you could still name your kid Steve Danger Atkinson, or whatever your last name is. And then there's the spelling of the name. You've got Chris, C-H-R-I-S, or you have Chris, K-R-I-S. My daughter's name, Haley. I spelt it H-A-Y-L-E-Y, but we've seen it spelled in all kinds of different ways. H-A-L-E-Y, H-A-L-E-E-Y. I mean, even when we go on vacation when she was younger, we would see in the gift shops a display of license plates with your names on it. And she goes, Mom, I'm going to go over there and see if they have my name. And I'd go, let's go over to the candy and I'll buy you 5 pounds of candy instead. Because I knew her name would not be there the way I spelt it. Because no one spells their name the way you spell it. I asked people, and I put it out there to my friends, what is the most unique person you've ever met and their name? So I got a couple of comments back. And one of my friends said they knew a guy named Daniels, and they actually named their kid Jack Daniels. I thought that was great. I had a friend who knew a guy named John Wayne Taylor, and that's popular to name him after a famous person. I knew triplets whose name was April, May, and June. And one of my friends goes, that's funny, because I knew triplets who were named Hunter, Fisher, and Trapper. But I would have to say the winning name, and I have to read this because I crack up laughing every time I see it. And the worst name a parent ever did to a kid is what the Mr. and Mrs. Stewart named their son, Pennis Stewart. It sounds like Dennis, but it's Pennis, but it's spelt penis. I'm not kidding. Look it up. And that is the winning name. Now, I'm sure everybody pronounced his name correctly. I bet he had a great childhood. Hey, I'm Mumzie. If you like my videos, I hope you do. Just click on the subscribe button. It's free. You can subscribe to YouTube and see all my videos. Now, I don't edit my videos. I just shoot them and print them. But soon I will be, because I'm going to be doing some more skits. I got a lot of friends coming up to me going, "Can we do skits with you?" And I went, "Sure, let's do it." So I wrote out a whole bunch of skits. And as soon as my editing stuff is here, we'll get going on that. But till then, this is Mumzie. And remember, you're important. This world is incomplete without you. Comment below. Tell me what is the craziest name you've ever heard. And also, if you could change your name, what would you change it to? And I do not look like a melody at all. This is Mumzie. Bye.